Hey, good morning everyone, Trackman44 here. I'm going to use an old log dog here. A log dog is like a half of a cane hook. Drive it in pretty securely, then just hook a chain on it. That's what I like, is slow and controlled. So this is really good. So now we can level my blocks across here, and I know I'm going to be cutting a good square cut. Well, we finally got everything set up, plumb and level, and we're ready to go ahead and go. Yesterday was the first time I'd done this, and I started off on that log of a pretty good diameter. I went ahead and tried it freehand, you know, and without the winch. After struggling as much as what I did, I decided to go ahead and put the winch on. I bought it, you know, for that particular reason. There you can see the 2x4 screwed to the end. That's the leveling part for the ladder to set on. Here's a rookie mistake right here. If you notice, I got the 2x4 extending about 2.5 inches beyond the edge of the log. That's not good. I'll have to muscle it around this first couple of inches until I clear this upright and then get back on the log where the guides can actually run on the log. Rookie mistake. Be careful you don't do that. Well, not a lot of specific detail about this end fellow right here, but this is what has a carabiner attached to it, and you can see it acts as a snatch block, you know, for the synthetic rope. And this little ball down here is the angle adjustment. If you loosen that up, that's on a bolt on a T-slot, you loosen that up and raise it up, and that'll allow the angle of this to move in farther. But I kind of think it's a little better to leave it at an exaggerated angle like it is, because whenever you come out with your guide bar, you don't want to take a chance of running your guide bar right into that aluminum upright, you know. Knowing now what I know about the tank and the way everything works, I think I probably would have just used a lawnmower gas tank, and I would have made my own fitting, my own needle valve set up, and my own drip system onto the guide bar. But no matter, this is going to be okay. But here you can see the overall way it's set up. And again, this is a 48-inch mill. I've got a 42-inch Holzfforma bar on my steel 660. As with a lot of the old timber that comes out of the city, there is some damage and some rot on the side. So you can see I really shaved that off just to streamline it, and there's no reason to run that guide bar through that extra stuff. So I went ahead and used the full 40 steel and cut all that stuff off, trimmed it off, tried to get rid of as much rot as I could. Well, I tell you what, of course this is narrower today than it was yesterday because it was full dimension yesterday, but it definitely feeds through a lot smoother and a lot easier. But I'm having a little bit of trouble maintaining the correct RPM. You can hear it increase tremendously. I haven't got the feel yet for how to pull it through with the winch. But I think it's just a learned experience. Now once you unscrew and remove the end piece here, move your wedges right up here behind the guide bar. That releases the guide bar, and it should just slip right out. Well, it's not nearly as good as what I thought it would be, but this is where the branch came off, and I knew there was a lot of rod concentrated in this area. This is going to take a lot of work if somebody wants to use something like this for some kind of a top. I might go ahead and take another 3 inches or better off of this right here. See if I can see how deep that goes. I might take about 3 inches off right there and get closer to the dimension I need for the little bandsaw mill. Still a lot of rod in there. Once you get your ladder off or your guide bars off, whenever you start milling now, this is all freehand for that first several inches. You've got to actually hold it up there and hold it level and get the blade embedded all the way in until it's just about can sit there by itself. Take a look, you'll see what I mean. Again, I don't know hardly anything at all about this. Today's my second time of playing with them, so take that with whatever I say with a grain of salt. But I'm kind of letting you guys see what the learning curve is for somebody like myself.
So he is moving the block of red oak now to the sawmill. He's going to square it up. It's a little pie shape. Kind of disappointing. There's a lot of rot in the middle of it. We're seeing ants come out of it, so there's a lot of ant runs, and the wood has just been eaten up. So this was part of a section of the tree that had, the branch had fallen onto a neighbor's house, which was one of the reasons why he cut down all the trees. But this was the part that was still there, and rain and water got into the open part, and that let insects and things get in there too. So this side looks really nice. It kind of hides the decay. And you wouldn't know it by the weight there, let me tell you. It's still pretty heavy. So we went from calculating board feet to we hope we get some board feet. Red oak is notorious for rotting out in the weather, so it doesn't hold up. It's an indoor wood. I mean, it's pretty when you finish it, but it is what it is.
There's going to be some nice stuff come off here, though.
Yeah.
There really is.
I know, it's just disappointing.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it
I
is.
know, it is. It was free wood, so...
Well,
Kinda.
well, yeah, it just cost a bit of time. But
Right.
I really wanted to set up the mill. I knew this was the worst one
Yeah.
of the whole batch we got, and I wanted to use this one here to set up the Holzfforma
As a
chainsaw mill.
yeah,
So
as a
that's
practice.
I really expected to make firewood out of it anyway.
Okay.
So you know, it's not a big deal. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this one. Like I said, the whole point of this was to get used to that Holzfforma chainsaw mill, because this is the worst of the pile. The rest of them of this size are in much better logs. The next stop is going to be truing this thing up and getting what we can get out of this on the bandsaw. That's it for today. You know what? And this is Tractor Man 44, and I'm out of here, guys.